Hello everyone, this is Girish with part 2 of the series that is getting started with SOLIDWORKS Sketching Workbench. Well, agenda is to go with the introduction to sketching tools, and we'll see how to utilize the dynamic mirror tools, dealing with the geometric and dimensional constraints, fully defining the sketches, and we'll have a look on few of the exercises, and we'll see few quick tips while working with the Sketch Workbench. Here are some quick tips before getting into the Sketch Workbench. The first thing is use your references or the reference planes as much as possible. So while starting any of the Sketch Workbench, try to utilize the planes. If you're dealing with the features also, better to utilize the planes. So always start sketching from the origin. So that is the best way to start your sketches. So from that you can able to reduce your geometrical and dimensional constraints. Try to start your sketch with a rough sketch. Let's say you're having a clean model, as you could see here. Instead of dealing with each and every dimensions manually, first draw a rough sketch and then start dealing with the geometric as well as the dimensional constraints. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can directly deal with one more most important step. Try to give the dimensions as you want them in the 2D drafting. Let's say if you want your drawing should be like this while dealing with drafting, you should better dimension your sketches or the features like this. Okay, the final stages, fully define the sketch, the most important thing. Okay, well, so we'll directly jump into the SolidWorks user interface and start working on the Sketch Workbench. So this is a SolidWorks user interface. If you are new to this SolidWorks, you just need to use the icons which is available. Otherwise, you can use the search icon. So you can able to type SolidWorks here, and you can directly access the SolidWorks Workbench. So once you open the SolidWorks, it will be like this, blank. You'll be having the welcome window. You can close it. And now here, to get into the workbenches, you can utilize the File, New option, or else you can use the shortcut that is Control N and the new icon. You got with the shortcut that is Control N. So once you click on Control N or new option, you're gonna have the 3 standard default templates: part, assemblies, and drawing. So according to your requirement, if you're working with the assemblies, you can directly switch to the assemblies and you can start working there. So right now we're gonna deal with the Sketch Workbench. So we'll have the part as a template here. So if you're advanced user, you can able to customize your own templates by using the voice here while dealing with your company logos, and if you are looking for the drawing templates and all, you can able to customize it here. Yeah. So this is the workbench as I explained in the previous series. This is how it looks like. So I explained each and everything about the user interface, how to utilize it, how to set the shortcuts, and what and all the tools are, where they are available, how to utilize them. So we have gone through that. Now we need to sketch something. To start with that, you can use the very regular method, that is simply click on the sketch tab and you'll get the sketch tools. Simply click on sketch and select the plane required, right? One way. The second way is you can select any of the plane. If you're like by just seeing the model, you can understand with respect to isometric view on which plane you need to start. Okay, you can simply select the plane and click on sketch. So these are the two ways. Or else you can customize your keyboard shortcut. So for me it is Q. Q it is for inserting the sketch as well as the exiting the sketch. Only one shortcut. Okay, simply press Q to select the plane. So as I explained, I have activated the auto rotate normal to plane so it will automatically rotate your plane to the normal to sketch a workbench. So that option is here. Go to options, sketch, auto rotate view, normal to sketch plane. And even I told I have turned on these options, that is enable on screen numeric input and the create dimension only when value is entered. Well, so let me just start with the sketch of workbench now. I'll take a simple exercise here. Okay. Uh, the first step is to start with the any of the planes, reference planes. We have done that one. The second thing is always start from the origin. So right now I'll select the tool, that is line. You can even use the center line. I'll simply draw the reference line first. Okay. So from the origin I'll draw a reference line. You could see the on-screen numeric input is active. If I enter the value, then only it will take. Otherwise, if I simply click somewhere else, it won't take any dimension. That is what it says. If you want to come out of that particular tool, press escape. Otherwise, right click and select. These are the two options to come out of the particular tool. Okay. Well, so I'll draw the rough sketch now. I'll again use the line tool. You could see it will give the preview of the tool utilization with the description, and even you can see in the bracket it shows L. L is a shortcut for the line here. You can simply press, otherwise you can use the S key shortcut. Directly select the line tool from here, or else simply press keyboard shortcut L. Line tool is active. So now I'll draw a rough sketch. Okay. As you could see, there are some projections which are active. If I just hover towards it, it gives me the vertical relation. So whatever the line I'm going to draw, it is vertical now. And just beside it, you'll have the on-screen numeric input, which is activated from the options. You can simply enter the dimension here. First, I'll draw the rough sketch. Okay. So let me just simply draw. I'll randomly draw this rough sketch. Okay, for just my convenience. It is kind of like this. Okay. Well, my requirement here is, as per the sketch, you could see in this sketch 1, this line should be horizontal. So to do that, the shortcut way is just click on the line. You'll have the quick access tool. From here you can select the make horizontal, or else you can come here at the properties tab. It will automatically show the most frequently used relation, that is geometric relation horizontal. Make horizontal, you can select it from here. And same thing here, also I'll do the same. Okay. And this line should be vertical. Just click on the line, access this, make vertical. Again for these I need to do the same. Okay, make vertical, horizontal. Yeah, now my sketches approximately looks like the whatever the sketch I'm looking for, right? Now I'm done with the all the geometrical constraints, and I will define the dimension, smart dimension. You can use the smart dimension tool to define the dimensions. There are different options available. Right now I'll concentrate on smart dimension. Once I hover on it, I'll get the shortcut, that is Z for me. So as I said, now you can customize your keyboard shortcut. So I'll use the shortcut key Z. You can even select the line. Remember here, quick tip is always try to dimension your dimension according to the drafting standards. Okay. Let's say if I just simply select this line, it will give the line here. So I need the entire length should be 40. If I just select this one, it will give only the length of this. So if you don't want it, simply press escape and just select these two lines. Okay, you'll have the complete distance. So that should be 40. Okay. Now this line is blue, in the sense this line is fully defined. Okay. Now whatever the blue lines and the points you could see, you can even drag them. You can adjust it once the shape changes like this. Sometimes this will happen. So that time you can simply select the line. You can adjust your sketches according to the what exactly you are looking for, and then you can dimension accordingly. Okay, yeah. Next thing is, these two should be collinear to each other. For that, you need to hold the control, select these two lines, make it collinear like this. Now if I move this, both will move at a time, but I need one more line here. You can simply select the line and draw it here. Okay, yeah. Now use the smart dimension. You can select it from here, as well as you can use the Z key. Remember that. I need to define this dimension. Just select the line and define it as 30. Okay, and this should be again same 30. But sometimes mistakenly you're gonna enter the wrong dimension. What to do with this? So simply double click on the dimension, change it accordingly. So simple. This should be 20. Okay. Now the very important stuff is, whatever the sketch it is there, it is symmetric with respect to the center axis. To deal with that, you can activate the symmetric relation by holding the control and selecting these three lines and giving it as make symmetric relation. And same thing for these. So you could ask me the question, why didn't I select the dimension and define from here to here 10? But according to the drafting standards, I am looking for these dimensions, so try to deal with that. Okay, and here in the status bar you could see the sketch is completely defined, that is fully defined. There are no blue lines. So this is the reference line. This is okay for us, no issues. Apart from that, everything is fine. So you could able to see the geometrical relations as well as the dimensional relations. So now sometimes what happens is your geometrical relations will be gone, like they are not visible. That cases, by using this view and hide relations, you can simply activate this. Remember that. Now to exit the workbench, you need to simply click on exit. Your sketch is ready to just extrude or whatever the features you're looking for. So to do that, you can simply switch to the features and just select the sketch. In the counters, you could able to select which counter you are looking to extrude. Okay, so as I'm having the multiple, like there are multiple closed surfaces, it is giving it like that. I'm gonna have it. So if you want to change the color of it, just go with the appearances, select the part, change the color, and just choose the color which you are looking for. If you want to orient it to isometric view, simply press I, or else you can switch to this view orientations and select the isometric view. And the diametric view, trimetric view is already available. You can choose whichever you are looking for. Okay, so this is the simple step to deal with this. Now if you want to edit the feature or delete the feature, right click on it and select delete feature. Now I want to edit this, right click on it and select the edit sketch. Well, so this is a simple sketch. Now we'll go ahead with the few more sketches. So I'll delete everything by just select all by simply drawing a rectangle on it and just deleting it. Let's say like this. From outside, you simply drag a box on your entire sketch with the dimensions and simply press delete. Okay, or else you can simply press Ctrl Alt and delete. This is also okay. Yeah, so now we'll go ahead with one more sketch. This time we'll utilize the few better standards. We'll start with the advanced method here. The first thing is use the origin as much as possible and try to fully define the sketch applying geometrical and dimensional constraints. So now From the exercise 2, you could see I need to draw the rough sketch first. I'll start with this center. Okay, and I'll draw like this. This is done, and now I need to draw an arc here. For that, we can utilize the 3-point arc. This should be like this, right? Next thing is, we can simply use the smart dimension tool to dimension them accordingly. This should be 50 and 40. This should be 30 for me. This is 20. And finally, radius should be 20. This is how you're gonna deal with this. Okay? But so this is again simple one. Let's go ahead with one more. This time we'll use the normal method. So we'll use the dimensions as numeric input. So here it should be 20 as per the exercise 3. Okay, and from here to here it should be 10. This is again 10 vertically. That should be 20. Again 20 vertically. 15 horizontally. Then this should be 10. And complete your sketch. That's all. And you can simply drag and drop your dimensions accordingly where you want to place it. That is simple task again. Okay. Well, so we'll deal with one more sketch. So this time we'll use the advanced dynamic mirror option. Okay. Let's say I need a dynamic mirror tool. Before that, I need a reference axis to deal with that. So I'm gonna deal with the exercise 4. I'll simply draw a reference axis. Okay, and now I'll search for the dynamic mirror entities tool, and I'll select this line. So once you get the symbol on it, it shows that the dynamic mirror entity tool is active. Now I'll start with the sketch of Workbench. I'll draw the sketch according to the sketch 4. So approximately this looks like this, right? And for me, C for circle, you can select from here as well. I'll simply draw the circle. So as dynamic mirror is active, whatever you want to draw one side, it will be mirrored in the other side. Dimensioning now, the complete dimension, I'll go out with the standards. So this should be 70. This is 10. Actually, this is not 10 here. You need to delete that. This should be 30. And then from here to here it is, sorry, first I need to change it to 50. And then accordingly this will be 20 as we have defined it as 70 here. And then from this to this it is 10. Okay, and then again from this origin to this it is 30. I'm still left with this dimension 15 and the dimension of the diameter, that is 10. Okay, so this is how you're gonna just deal with this particular sketch. Well, we'll go ahead with a few more sketches. Let me just draw one more. Same thing, I'll activate again line tool. This time I'll directly start with the references. You can simply use the construction here. Dynamic mirror tool, search it, simply you can drag and drop it and place it here, and then you can activate whenever you need it. Okay, line tool. Let's start with the rough sketch again. So this should be like this, and it is approximately like this as per the sketch file could see there. Okay, now dimensioning, there should be 20, 15 from here to here, and then this should be 10. Again this is 10, this is also 10, 30. And again 10. Okay, yep. So we'll again go ahead with one more. That is, again I'll use the line tool. I feel for this sketch exercise 6 also this dynamic mirror and is gonna help a lot to me, so I'm gonna use the same. You can simply draw the rough sketch accordingly. Okay, I think these two should be coincident. I think vertical, sorry. Yeah. Meanwhile, same for these two, and select the two lines and make it continue. Well, dimensioning, smart dimension, Z for me. Shortcut 20. This dimension is 10. Both the sides will be same, I don't need to worry. And this height is 10. And this is also 10. 15. 5. Same thing here. You could see once you move your cursor with respect to dimension, horizontal, aligned, and the vertical dimensions is accessible. Okay, remember that. If you are confused with what dimension exactly you need to apply, you can simply drag your particular model and you can understand which dimension you need to apply. So I got to know that I'm missing this dimension, so I'll apply the same. That is 10 here. Yep. As simple as it is. So next one is to deal with the exercise number 7. This looks quite complicated, but we'll just deal with this now. I'll draw with the center. So I feel I need to define the dimensions now itself. So I'll add the dimension here 50, and this should be diameter 100. Okay, once you are done with this, you can simply draw the next sketch and use the corner rectangle. Draw the rectangle like this and use the dimension. Complete should be. And quick with maths, you can use the calculator there only. 96 plus 10 plus 10. That's okay. And then you can simply adjust it like this. From the origin to here, it is 10 mm distance. You can simply define the dimension accordingly. You can draw the line actually, but right now it's okay. I need to define the dimension for this. It is 25 here, and then from here to this location, I believe origin, it is 120. Well, next thing is to just draw one more line here. I'll simply draw a line for my reference, and then I'll define the dimension for not this. Yeah, from here to here I need to define it as 10. Yeah, I need one more line should be placed here. I'll simply add it up to here. Now I need to draw the circles and trim them and make them tangent. It's gonna take me lots of time. I'll use the 3-point arc for this to just minimize the time span for that. Let it be like this, and again here I'll do the same. Okay, now you can hold the control to define the tangency between these two, and I'll do the same for these two. And here also it should be tangent. Now you can directly define the radius for this. It is 45 here, and this should be 150 for me. Well, it is fully defined. You can use the trim tool. For me, the shortcut is T. You can even use that. Yep, so that's all I think. So I need to fully define this, and there should be, sorry, it should be coincident. In this cases, you need to click on this over defined, use better manual repair. I think I need to delete this relation. Let me just try from here only. This is making issue, and the midpoint is making issue. So this and this should be coincident. That's all. Yep. So finally I'll just draw one more. Exercise number 8 you could see. So I'll again start with the origin. I'll define it as 40. So if you want to display it as a radius, simply right click on the dimension, just select the display as radius. So as per the drafting standards, I do need to convert like this, right? And now I need to draw the simple rectangle, and this rectangle should be of 12 and it should be of 25. And now my requirement is this, the midpoint of this should be in symmetry with this point. You can simply select this option, otherwise you can simply select the origin and define the dimension from here. 12.5 you can do that also. It will take much time to deal with that actually, but do go ahead with the different shortcuts. Okay, 65 is done. Now again the best option is this, right? Three-point arc, and then you can define the tangency between these two, and again for these two. Radius is 50 both the sides. You can apply the same 50. You're done. Okay, again there are a few different tools, that is offset, convert entities, and also I'll explain these all the tools while dealing with upcoming sessions. So sure, that's all about this. So let me just go back to this. Yeah, coming to the summary, we have gone through the introduction to Sketcher tools. So we have seen which and all tools are available, how to utilize them. Dynamic mirror tool, which is a powerful tool we can say. Applying the geometrical constraints and the dimensional constraints, we have gone through how to deal with that. Fully defining the sketches, how to define it if it is, or define what exactly we need to do. And we have seen the few exercises to deal with the different tools actually. And then we have seen the quick tips while working with the exercises, setting up the shortcuts, using the keyboard shortcuts, and using the on-screen numeric input and the auto-rotate normal to view. These are the few quick tips while working on your workbench. Yeah, that's all about this session. Thank you all. So please do like and subscribe our channel if you want, or if you like the contents. Please do share it to your colleagues and friends. Thank you. Bye everyone.